What's up everyone, Roaming Rips, back again, this time looking at the 2025-2026 Topps Mega Box. I picked this up on pre-order a couple of weeks ago and it showed up yesterday. Really looking forward to getting into this to see everything that this product has to offer and ultimately see if this is something that's worth your time and worth your money. You can see it's 16 packs, 14 cards each, and you saw on the side there, chasing retail exclusive holo parallels. I think in looking at this, it's a lot of the holo foils, rainbow foils. I did see some golden mirror cards potentially. I think it said Sonic Boom was a retail exclusive. And obviously we're looking for an autograph or a relic card. That would be huge to pull here. So a lot of cards in here, 224 in total. So let's get into this and see if we can have some luck. You'll see in the background, hobby box. We'll open that at a later date, but we're excited to pick up both the hobby and the retail boxes and get a good look at kind of all the products that Topps is starting to put out with their new NBA licensing. I've seen a lot of videos with the Topps hobby. I haven't seen too many with the Mega Box yet. So fun to look at something a little bit different and something at a lower price point. Like I said, I purchased this for about 50 bucks. And so for just the sheer number of cards you get, feels like a pretty good deal, but obviously we'll see what our return is. We'll set that there. And I mean, just packs on packs here. So let's get started and let's hope we can pull something nice here. So let's get in here. I don't think the design of the card is anything that I've been too surprised by to this point. I think the base cards are pretty standard, but still fun to have Topps and the NBA together. Brook Lopez, Kyrie Irving, Miles Bridges, Tari Eason. There's Donovan Mitchell. Got Devin Carter, the Kings. Onyeka Okongwu. There's Amen Thompson. I feel like I've seen a lot of horizontal cards as people have done these openings. Nick Smith. Ja Morant. Soon to be traded Ja Morant, maybe. And an 8-bit baller, Austin Reeves. Jaime Jaquez, Jamal Murray, and Mavs duo, Anthony Davis and Kyrie there. So, a lot of base, nothing too crazy, but we've got a long way to go. Let's see. Trey Murphy, Wendell Carter, Westbrook on the Nuggets. There's Darius Garland. There's Messi, Anthony Black, Sohan. We've got a Walton Clayton Jr. I think this 80 BK is the Topps kind of 45th anniversary. Kind of a nice looking card. Little Clayton Jr. rookie. And then we've got a Liam McNeely Generation Now from the Hornets. So also not too bad. I'm going to butcher that name if I try and pronounce it. Maxime Renaud Ochai. Okay, so a couple of things there. Let's get into the next one. Wendell Carter, Keldon Johnson again, Westbrook again. There's a Miami Heat pair, Julius Randle. A Philly, Young Stars Shine. Kind of cool. Jokic. Another team card. There's Naz Reid. Rip City. And there's a Con Knipple, Clutch City. So we've got Liam McNeely and now Con Knipple for the Hornets. If there's any Hornets fans out there, let me know. There's VJ Edgecombe, just on the base rookie. VJ's had a really nice start to his career. Looking like he's going to be a real player for a long time to come. Have any of you opened the Mega Box yet? If so, let me know. Have you ordered it? Do you plan on ordering it? I think it seems like a pretty reasonable entry point into the hobby. If you're interested, maybe the closest thing to a hobby box without being a hobby box. Here's a Jazz Dance Youthful Jazz Play Hard card. Interesting. There's Sabonis, Miles Turner, Nembhard, DeMar DeRozan, Jaden Ivey, Vanderbilt. This is going to be one of those 45th anniversary Shaedon Sharp. There's an 8-bit baller of Tyler Hero. More Hornets, Khalil Ware. There's Cedric Coward on the base. He's been okay for the Grizzlies. Next back here. Definitely going to have a lot of wrappers to deal with here. Nothing, doesn't look like anything here. D'Angelo Russell, Chet Holmgren. More Grizz cards, OG Anunoby, Avida, Bridges, Tumani Kamara, Jalen Brunson, DeAndre Ayton, Drew Holiday. There's Larry Legend, one of the more, I think the only vintage player we've seen so far. I say that, John Stockton right behind. And Detlef Schrempf, so they kind of stacked all the older players together there on that one. So I think we're approaching the halfway point. And so far, not much to show for it, but hopefully more coming. Okay, Jonathan Mogwell, Quentin Post, Ron Holland, Bronny, Lou Dort. There's the Blazers, Jalen Duren. There's Austin Reeves again, Damian Lillard. And there's going to be that 45th anniversary again, Larry Legend. And a Jace Richardson Generation Now card. Johnny Broom, Colin Murray Boyles, and Max Christie. So like I said, with over 200 cards in the box, you're bound to have a lot of base. But again, I think for the price point, that's kind of to be expected, and with it being a retail product as well. Okay, I think we've seen that Grizzlies card. We've definitely seen that OG Anunoby card. Avida we've seen. Mogba we've seen. Duren we've seen. Austin Reeves we've seen. I think we've seen that Lillard card. This is just like a clone of another pack we've already opened. Here's that 45th anniversary Rasheer Fleming. And Apollo Banchero on the power players. So now that one here as well. Bam Adebayo, Trey Johnson on the rookie, and Carter Bryant. Put those over there. Okay, so we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So this is pack 9. So yeah, about at the halfway point here. Let's see. I don't think there's anything standing out. Miles Bridges, Mitchell, Trey Murphy, Garland, Missy, Anthony Black, Sohan again, Bilal. Here's that 45th anniversary, Joan Behringer. And seen a lot of Larry Bird today. 8-bit ballers, Larry Bird. Rick Barry with the underhand free throw. Spud Webb. And Will Riley on the rookie. Not familiar with Will Riley. Kind of cool to see Spud Webb. I did not know he had Spud Webb in this set. So far, nothing too crazy. We're hoping for just a hit, honestly. And this pack doesn't look like it's going to give us anything either. Bradley Beal, Cole Anthony. And there's the Magic card, Evan Mobley, DeJounte Murray, Grady Dick, Kuminga. There's Joel Embiid, Jordan Clarkson, Josh Hart. There's Jokic on the 8-bit baller card, Kareem, the Iceman George Gervin, and Drake Powell. Just trying to keep some management on these base cards here so I don't get too out of control. All right, well, we're into the second half. Let's hope our luck turns around here a little bit. Bob Carrington. Bulls, young Bulls play tough. Jalen Pickett. There's a Wolves card. Grayson Allen. Tyrese Halliburton. KD on the Rockets. RJ Barrett. James Harden. So all of these 45th anniversary card have been backwards thus far. Colby Jones. There's Dylan Harper on the 8-bit baller. There's a rookie. Not too bad. Nick Claxton on the team card. You can kind of see it's got kind of the Nets logo that goes around the border there. I think that's a parallel. There's Liam McNeely again. Chaz Lanier. Najee Marshall. So I'm not sure exactly on the Claxton card how rare it is or isn't, but something a little bit different from just the regular base for sure. Okay, so something. Not much, but it's something, I guess. Next pack. Starting off with LaMelo, Jabari Smith, Trae Young, Klingon, Derek White, Herb Jones, Franz Wagner, Chris Paul, who's still in the league. This one turned around here. Jared Vanderbilt on what I think is the Holo. You can kind of see that there. So not the player we'd probably be hoping for, but somebody, at least it's something. There's Devin Carter on the 45th anniversary card. And a Trey Johnson on the Generation Now. So a few of these Generation Now cards. Thomas Sorber. There's Dylan Harper on the base rookie. And Jarace Walker. So we've seen a little bit of Dylan Harper. We haven't seen Cooper Flagg yet. Ace Bailey. Really any of the top from the draft class other than Dylan Harper thus far. Okay, I think we've got 5 packs left. Here we go. Brandon Williams, Pascal Siakam, Zach LaVine. There's Strus, Jordan Hawkins, Sarr. And it's, I guess, the NBA All-Rookie team. I don't know if I've seen that, if you can kind of make it out or not. It's got like a patch almost stamp on it. There's Toronto Raptors card, Christian Brown, Hawks, Obi Toppin. There's a Jokic on the power players. And CJ Collum, Jared Allen, and Ivica Zubac. Okay, 4 left. We're into the nitty-gritty here. You think we're going to get anything? We'll find out. Quentin Post again. Ron Holland. There's Bronny again. Brooke Lopez. Kyrie. Amen Thompson. Nick Smith. There's Ja. Again, I feel like with these backwards cards, there's a Hartenstein on what I don't remember as far as the parallel goes. But kind of a cool border. I don't think it's numbered. Doesn't look like it. But there's a Hartenstein and then a Nembhard. Again, I think this looks about the same as that Vanderbilt card. Or this might be the rainbow foil, actually, now looking at it a little closer. Let's see. So not numbered, but a rainbow foil, Andrew Nembhard. There's a Malawach, Generation Now. And then Ben Saraf, Elijah Martin, and Gigi Jackson. Okay, so a couple of things there. Again, I don't think it's necessarily the players that you want, that you hope for, but can't complain too much. Let's see. Doesn't look like there's anything here. LaMelo Ball, there's Jabari Smith, Trae Young, Pascal Siakam, Christian Brown again, Hawks, Obi Toppin, Grayson Allen, Halliburton. There's Con Knipple on the 8-point ballers. There's a Shaq, Magic, Danny Wolf on the rookie, and Nolan Trare, which I probably pronounced wrong. Okay, last two packs, I should say. I don't know. I think the overall, it hasn't been too bad. I think you kind of obviously hope for a hit to really make up the difference here, but I think we've got a few things that maybe hold some value. Just haven't seen any Cooper Flagg yet. Ace Bailey, just a lot of Dylan Harper and a lot of kind of repeat cards. There's Levine and Strus again, Hawkins, Bob Carrington, KD, James Harden, Tumani Camara. Again, we know this is 45th anniversary. Maxine Reynaud on the Kings, and a Cedric Coward generation now. There's Yang Hansen, I think Baby Jokic, they call him. Jeremiah Fears, also on the rookie, and Ty Jerome. Last pack. Can't tell if it feels any different or if I'm just manifesting that we'll have something in here. Let's get into it. Hope we've got some magic. An auto or a relic would be huge. I'm going to guess it's not here, but let's hope. Jalen Pickett, Wolves card, D'Lo, Chet Holmgren, Jalen Brunson, Hayton, Drew, Lou Dort, Rockets. Okay, there's a Wemby on the 8-bit ballers. Rockets, Hawks, and Ricochet. Okay, so didn't hit an auto, did not hit a relic. Wasn't guaranteed, obviously, but that would have been the hope. So maybe we could have gotten something there. So let's go through this really quick, and we'll kind of highlight what we did pull. So a lot of the 8-bit ballers, Wemby, Khan, there's the power player, Dylan Harper, Jokic, Larry Bird, Tyler Hero, and Austin Reeves. That Dylan Harper one probably, or the Wemby maybe, the best. A few kind of base rookies, Jeremiah Fears, Dylan Harper, a few guys, BJ Edgecombe. Here's the 45th anniversary. So we've got Reynaud, Devin Carter, Colby Jones, Larry Bird, Walter Clayton Jr. I think not terrible. And then let's go Generation Now, Coward, Malawach, Trey Johnson, Jace Richardson, the Clutch City of Concanipple. There's Liam McNeely, and then the two power players, Paolo and Jokic. So I think the cards that were probably the bigger hits, as it were, although I don't think any of them are numbered. It's the Nick Claxton on the team, the Holo Vanderbilt, this Hartenstein on what I can't remember the parallel to be called, and I think the Nimhard on the rainbow foil, I should say. So all in all, not too bad. Again, would have liked to have hit something, a relic or an auto. If you're into collecting a set list, obviously a whole ton of base to kind of kick off that collection. But overall, I think it was a fun rip. Again, for the price and for the amount of cards that you get, probably worth it. I'm excited to get into the hobby box. I think I've seen kind of some mixed reviews on the hobby box, but comment down below if you'd like to see me open this hobby box, and let me know if you've opened the mega box or if you plan on opening the mega box. I think if I had to give it a rating out of 10, I'd probably give it a 6.5 or a 7. It just kind of depends on what you're looking for, but please be sure to hit subscribe, like the video. I'm trying to get to 50 subscribers before the end of the year, and I could use your help in making that happen. So thanks for watching, and enjoy and keep on collecting.